Welcome to Family Gamer TV. Now, we've been getting quite excited about a particular table coming up on the Pinball Arcade. This is the Addams Family table. I've got Bobby King here, lead designer for Pinball Arcade, to tell us more about how this table came to be, and a lot of people will be waiting for it. So, Bobby, how do you go from a physical table to a virtual game that you can play on a computer?
Well, there's several steps. The first thing that we do is we get an actual table. We locate a table out there that's in really good condition and plays really nice and has really good condition as far as the playfield graphics and the toys on the table. And once we get it in our studio, we take it apart and we give the different pieces to the artists, the modelers. And then we take photo reference of the playfield and get that set up so that we can then, place the objects back onto the table in the exact spot that they belong. Once we've got the art to a point where all the collisions have been made, and that includes not just the ramps and the playfield, but also where all the optics are and all the switches and all the gates and everything, then we give that to the programmers who have taken the ROM state and are able to hook it up to all the different switches on the table.
We're looking at one piece of work you're doing here with the hand? Is it Thing's hand in the Addams Family? And obviously getting it off the table, then in the hands of the designer. Could you talk us through what they're doing here?
Right, you're seeing our artist modeling Thing's hand. And what's important to note is that when it comes to all of the different toys and all the different organic, models on the table, it's important to not go crazy when it comes to the poly count, because we're simulating this table to be run on mobile devices that may not have the power of a high-end PC or a next-gen console. So we have to keep the poly count relatively low, but also want to make it look like the real object does on the table, for approvals and just to make sure it looks great for all the people playing the game. As you might know, on Xbox 360, we still need to relaunch it now that we have the ability to publish it ourselves. But in addition to that, there's the Wii U version we want to get out there. On PC, we're adding the real-time lighting, and we have a lot of social media platforms that we feel like we can get the game out on and get it exposed to more people.
Yeah, I like the idea of the Wii U because you've got that controller in your hand that's obviously motion sensitive, and it's got the sort of trigger flippers already built in. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, it should be a great device to get the user interface feeling good and being able to see the DMD like in your hand and not up on the screen. That might be cool.
Yeah, nice. And how about the 3DS?
Yeah, actually with the new 3DS, which is just coming out soon.
Yep, we've just been looking at it actually on the channel. We're quite fans of the
we finally have the processing power. We're able to publish all of the tables in the Pinball Arcade, and that includes all the ROM emulation tables that we have. So we're really excited because the Nintendo platforms has always been really good for us in our pinball games. So we're hoping to get the new 3DS version out this year.
Nice. And do you know, will that be on one screen for the gameplay, or will you go across two?
Yeah, we'll be looking into that when it comes to the technical evaluation of the platform. I'm not sure off the top of my head whether or not we can actually span two screens easily on the 3DS, but it's a really good option if we can.
Yeah, nice. So I think some people might say, well, why are you recreating these physical tables in virtual form? You've got a blank slate. Why not just create something sort of new? And I know some people do that. What drives you to base it on a physical machine?
Right. Well, our mission has always been, from the Pinball Hall of Fame products that we made and now the Pinball Arcade, is to recreate the greatest real pinball tables of all time. And sure, there are some really good games out there that have made new tables, video pinball tables that they've created on their own with really cool licenses, and that's a different product, and it's a great game. However, what we're trying to do is a little different. We're taking something that people remember from their past, and also introducing it to people who have never been able to experience just how great of games these pinball tables are. And there's so many people who actually, crave playing these specific machines that they can't find them. So, I mean, the sole purpose of our game is to create a collection of the greatest pinball tables ever and preserve it for people who remember it and for future generations.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I'm a fan as well of Addams Family, and I'm looking forward to be able to show it to my young sons and say, this is what I was playing when I was at university, but then we can actually play and compete together. The problem is they're a bit better than me, I think. Yeah, it seems to be always sort of on the up and up. And a part of that maybe is the Kickstarter angle. I know you get strong support there, and that connection with your community. What is it about Kickstarter that's meant that's been so successful for you?
Yeah, Kickstarter's been great, and it's really been great of our fans to come through for us and help us, pay for the expensive licenses. Because as we get moving forward into seasons 5 and season 6, in order to bring all the best tables of all time into our game, it's going to include a lot of really expensive licenses. So we're going to have to rely on our fans, I'm sure, at least several more times to help us pay for some licenses that we wouldn't be able to afford, and be able to make any profit from without their help. And also, we love Kickstarter because of the marketing and the PR that we get. So before the table even comes out, the fans of the license and the fans of our game are all being made aware of this table that we're going to be releasing, anywhere from a couple months to 6 months down the line. So doing that moving forward, there's so many great licenses that we can basically leverage the fan base of the license better by having it kickstarted and bringing awareness to that license. And also then once the table comes out, those licenses really help you.
Yeah, and give you sort of that extra profile. Oh, that all sounds really good. I'm looking forward to future tables. In particular, looking forward to see the response to the Addams Family. But for now, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Andy.